So we had Mr. Rager himself, the man on the moon himself, Mr. Day and Night, Kid Cudi show up. Let's get into it. United States versus Sean Combs. Day 6. 6 witnesses, including Kid Cudi, on Molotov cocktail, crossed by Brian Still. Let's do it. Note down at courthouse entrance, much security, presumably for arrival of Kid Cudi. Now up in court before jury is brought in. Judge. I didn't hear government objecting to Mr. Kaplan testifying about Miss Ventura asking for drugs in Boston. Judge. Let's get Mr. Kaplan back on the stand. Witness enters. Jury enters. AUSA. When did you carry cash for Mr. Combs? George Kaplan. $50,000 on his private jet. AUSA. Did you pick up cash for Mr. Combs? Kaplan. $10,000 at Western Union from Combs Enterprises. AUSA. What long-term relationship of Mr. Combs were you aware of? George Kaplan. Cassie, Kim, Gina. AUSA. Who was Kim? Kaplan. Mother of his children. AUSA. Cassie, girlfriend. AUSA. Gina? Kaplan. Another girlfriend. AUSA. The jet flight to Vegas, what was the layout of the jet? Kaplan. 4 chairs. A partition. I had a partial view over my right shoulder. AUSA. When you witnessed violence by Mr. Combs on Miss Ventura, why didn't you intervene? Kaplan. My career. AUSA. After the last glass breaking, what did Mr. Combs do? Kaplan. He came forward. Cassie stayed in the back. He asked me to get creams to conceal the bruising on her face. AUSA. How did you pay for it? Kaplan. Corporate credit card. AUSA. Why did you leave Combs Enterprises? Kaplan. I didn't think I should be covering things up, like buying the witch hazel. Also, my father had prostate cancer. AUSA. Of any violence? Kaplan. He threw things at Gina in the entryway of the main home on Star Island. AUSA. What was he throwing? Kaplan. Green apples. AUSA. How hard? Kaplan. Very hard. Later, I took the medicine bag into their room. Mr. Combs wanted me to leave quickly. AUSA. Then what? Kaplan. I heard Gina at the gate in male voices. AUSA. Who? Kaplan. Security. AUSA. When you left, what did you do? Kaplan. I collected myself. Then went to work for an integrated marketing firm. Cross-examination. Combs Agnifilo. Why did you go to work for Combs Enterprises? Kaplan. He was an incredible entrepreneur. I have learned from him. Agnifilo. What did Brian do as COO? Kaplan. Ensuring profitability of each unit. Kaplan. I was an employee when Revolt TV launched. Combs Agnifilo. Tell me about it. Kaplan. We were on the 6th floor of the 1710 Broadway. Everyone was there. It was momentous. Agnifilo. Diversity was important to Mr. Combs. Kaplan. Specifically for African Americans. Combs Agnifilo. What did Blue Flame do? Kaplan. Marketing for Ciroc. Agnifilo. What is Diageo? Kaplan. They own Johnny Walker and others. Mr. Combs set up a marketing entity for Ciroc. Combs Agnifilo. Your job. What was it? Kaplan. For example, Mr. Combs would say, we're going to leave the house. He meant 3 to 5 minutes. I had a checklist for the bags and toiletry. I don't know why I just said toiletry. Y'all forgive me, bro. It is 2:59 in the morning. Toiletry. It was a bad look for me if something wasn't in there. Combs Agnifilo. Is there a binder near you? I can't read that. Kaplan. It says Southern District. Agnifilo. I'm handing you something to refresh your recollection. Take a look at it as long as you want to. Combs Agnifilo. You ran an off-site training, a graduate from Harvard Business School, also Kenny Burns? Kaplan. I remember. Agnifilo. You were effective, right? Kaplan. I worked hard. Agnifilo. I don't know how you'll answer. Was it good or bad? Kaplan. Complicated. Combs Agnifilo. He didn't need to yell at you when you brought 2 waters. Kaplan. I worked hard. Agnifilo. Okay, who was Biggie? Kaplan. A huge rapper who unfortunately passed away. Agnifilo. Wasn't Biggie's birthday a holiday at Combs Enterprises? Kaplan. Yes. Combs Agnifilo. Was it a creative environment? Kaplan. Absolutely. It attracted all kinds of creative people. Lawyers, musicians, advertising people. Agnifilo. A few specific questions. You used a corporate credit card? Kaplan. Yes. Combs Agnifilo. How did Mr. Combs pay? Kaplan. KK held his wallet with a black MX in it. Agnifilo. You have no reason to think he kept track of how baby oil was paid for? Kaplan. No reason. Agnifilo. Or applesauce? Kaplan. He loves applesauce. Comes Agnifilo. On cheeseburgers? Smiles. Kaplan. On everything. That's disgusting. Yeah, give him life right now. What the hell? Agnifilo. Let's talk about the plane. You heard glass breaking. You didn't see it. Kaplan. I didn't see it. Agnifilo. The incident with Gina. You walked in the house. There's a thin table? Kaplan. I don't know. Comes Agnifilo. You don't remember how a person could get out of the gate at Two-Star Island? Kaplan. No. I just heard screaming and commotion. Agnifilo. Screams of terror, or how can I operate this gate? Kaplan. I don't know how to distinguish between the two. Comes Agnifilo. He threatened your jobs. But did he physically threaten you? Kaplan. No. Agnifilo. You talked about Kim Porter. How she was different. Kaplan. Here's respect for her. They had incredible kids. Agnifilo. Thank you. Comes Agnifilo. When you set up hotel rooms for Mr. Combs and Miss Porter, there was no baby oil, right? Kaplan. Lotions. Agnifilo. You expressed caution about hotels while you cleaned the room afterward? Kaplan. Hotel staff could sell photos. Everyone wants a payday. Comes Agnifilo. You sent him a photo of him and Kim Porter? Kaplan. After she died. I was heartbroken for him. Agnifilo. You were close? Kaplan. I invited him to my wedding. I didn't hear back. Agnifilo. Objection. Surprise looks. Agnifilo. You respected him? Kaplan. Yes. Combs Agnifilo. What's this photo of? Kaplan. Me, KK, and Mr. Combs at Teterboro Airport. He just got off the jet. That's why there's champagne. Agnifilo. You're happy there, right? Kaplan. No, refreshed it. It was that I was glad I had found the mascara in the back seat. Combs Agnifilo. They found you and subpoenaed you? Kaplan. I had to retain counsel right away. Agnifilo. No further questions. Judge. Redirect. AUSA. Which incidents shook you? Kaplan. The play with Cassie and the apples with Gina. Kaplan. I felt guilty. I didn't do anything after the incident with Cassie on the plane. AUSA. But you didn't see any injuries. Kaplan. People can be injured without injuries being visible. The tonality and tension with the apples he threw at Gina, it was troubling. AUSA. You told Miss Coram about both incidents? Kaplan. Yes, and I told her I am unwilling to stand behind the behavior that I was quitting. AUSA. Did Christina say she would quit? Kaplan. No. AUSA. How long did she stay after you told her? Kaplan. Until recently. Next witness. AUSA. Call Scott Miss Cudi. Kid Cudi takes the witness stand in a leather jacket, white shirt, blue jeans. AUSA Johnson. What did you do for work? I'm an actor and musician known as Kid Cudi. AUSA. Who is this photo? Kid Cudi. Cassie? Scott Miss Cudi. We dated in 2011. AUSA. Who else was she involved with? Miss Cudi. Sean Combs. AUSA. What did you know about their status, Miss Cudi? That she and Sean Combs had some problems and they weren't dating anymore? AUSA. In December 2011, did law enforcement respond to your home? Miss Cudi. Yes, I had a break-in. Cassie called me at 5:30 or 6 a.m. She said Sean Combs had found out about us. She asked me to pick her up. So I did, yeah. AUSA. Why? Miss Cudi. She was worried? AUSA. What was her demeanor? Miss Cudi. Very stressed and worried. AUSA. Where did you go? Miss Cudi. The Sunset Marquee. AUSA. Why? Miss Cudi. I thought it was safe. Off of the radar? AUSA. Who else did you speak with? Miss Cudi. Capricorn Clark. She sounded near tears. AUSA. What did she say? Miss Cudi. Is Sean Combs in the car near my house? Combs Bryan still. Objection. Judge. Overruled. AUSA. You called Sean Combs? Miss Cudi. I did. He said, I'm over here waiting for you. AUSA. When you arrived, what did the outside look like? Miss Cudi. Pretty normal. AUSA. Any security cameras? Yes. But I found out they weren't working. Miss Cudi. But the security cameras had been moved. AUSA. Did you move them? Miss Cudi. No. AUSA. What did you see inside your home, Miss Cudi? Gifts were open, some stuff I got from Chanel, and my dog was locked up in the bathroom. AUSA. How did you usually leave your dog, Miss Cudi? I let him roam. Miss Cudi. AUSA. How long had you had your dog, Miss Cudi? 3 years. AUSA. What changes were behavior of your dog after the break-in, Miss Cudi? Jittery, on edge all the time? Miss Cudi. I got back in, called Sean Combs again. I was looking for him. I wanted to fight him, you know? AUSA. Did he answer? Miss Cudi. Yeah, he said, I'm on my way. I thought to myself. Combs. Stills. Objection. Judge. Grounds. Still non-responsive. Overruled. Judge. Ask a new question. AUSA. When you saw Cassie, how did she seem? Miss Cudi. Depressed? AUSA. Did you see Cassie in Connecticut? Miss Cudi. Yes, she needed it. AUSA. Did Mr. Combs call you? Miss Cudi. Yes, he hit me a few times. AUSA. Hit? Miss Cudi. Called me? AUSA. What did you say? Miss Cudi. That I didn't want to talk with him. He broke into my house. He hurt my dog. AUSA. Did you and Miss Ventura break up? Miss Cudi. Yes. AUSA. What about your car? Miss Cudi. My dog's babysitter called me and told me my car was on fire? AUSA. Where were you? Miss Cudi. At a relative of my ex-girlfriend? AUSA. Where did you go? Miss Cudi. To my house. 8925 Hollywood Hills Road. AUSA. Let me show you 6 pictures. Do you recognize? Miss Cudi. My Porsche? Miss Cudi. That's the damage to my Porsche from the Molotov cocktail. AUSA. Who took these photos? Miss Cudi. Chip, a good friend and collaborator? AUSA. What's depicted here? Miss Cudi. The hole they cut in the roof of my car to put the Molotov cocktail? AUSA. What was your reaction to your car being set on fire? Miss Cudi. What the fuck? Objection. Judge. Overruled. Break. Before George Bay, Judge, will you finish the witness of today? AUSA. Yes, through the cross of Mr. Kaplan was 3 times as long that we thought. Jury entering. AUSA. Was the damage on your car present before the call from the dog sitter? Miss Cudi. No. AUSA. Did you think it was accidental or intentional? Miss Cudi. Intentional? AUSA. Where did you last see Miss Ventura? Miss Cudi. At the Soho House. I'd reached out to Sean Combs and he said, let's talk. This is getting out of hand. Combs, Brian Still. Can we have a sidebar? Judge. Do you have an objection? Still. Yes. Judge. Sustained. Disregard and move on. AUSA. Who set up the meeting at Soho House? Miss Cudi. D-Rock, am I your manager? AUSA. What was Mr. Combs doing? Miss Cudi. Standing there like a Marvel supervillain. Miss Cudi. He said, we were homies. You know that this is my girl. AUSA. What did you say? Miss Cudi. I thought you had broken up. And Sean Combs offered me water twice. Miss Cudi. It was weird. Sean Combs being so calm. AUSA. What did Cassie say? Miss Cudi. That we have fallen in love, things happen. AUSA. What did you say to Mr. Combs? Miss Cudi. What about my car? He said, I don't know what you're talking about. I walked away. AUSA. Did you see Sean Combs later? Miss Cudi. A few years later, also at a Soho House, he said, I'm just sorry for all that bullshit. I was surprised, so I found peace with it. AUSA. No further questions at this time. Judge. Mr. Still? Combs, Brian Still. I want to ask you some questions about your Porsche in 2022. Miss Cudi. 2012? Still. I apologize. Did you get a call about damage to your vehicle? Any surveillance photos? Miss Cudi. No, my dog's babysitter did. Send me a picture of the damage. Combs Still. The DNA taken, are you aware it came back being a female? AUSA. Objection, no foundation. Judge. Sustained. Still. Did you know that there were DNA results? Judge. I'll allow that. Miss Cudi. No. Combs Still. Miss Ventura told you it was over? Miss Cudi. Yes, we just stopped talking. Still. You told this honorable court and the jury that she played you? Miss Cudi. Yes. Still. She played you and you had no clue? Miss Cudi. No clue. Combs Still. In 2011, you went on a tour? Miss Cudi. Yes. Still. 65 locations? Miss Cudi. Yes. Still. At that time, Sean Combs is an icon. Fair to say? Miss Cudi. Yes. Still. You and Miss Ventura had a sexual relationship? AUSA. Objection. Sidebar. After sidebar. Miss Cudi. Mr. Still, can I judge? No, you cannot do that on redirect. Still. Do you want to tell me something? Miss Cudi. Sean Combs asked me about doing the song with Miss Ventura in 2010. Still. Thank you. Combs Still. You believe they left your front door unlocked? Miss Cudi. Yes. Still. No forced entry. Miss Cudi. No. Still. Just presents open. Door in the bathroom. I'm not belittling, just asking. You called Sean Combs. Miss Cudi. Yeah. Still. He was calm. Miss Cudi. Yes. Combs Still. You went to see him. You didn't think he had a gun. Miss Cudi. I couldn't call it. Still. You are a strong person. That's how you categorize yourself, Miss Cudi. Yeah, this crossed the line. Still. Miss Ventura told you she was abused? Miss Cudi. Yes. Come still. But she never said she was sexually abused, true? Miss Cudi. She did not. Still. You loved her. Tell me if I'm wrong, Miss Cudi. I did. Still. You got played by the same person who played Mr. Combs, Cassie Ventura. Come still. In the 13 years since, have you ever been notified in California that there has been any more action on this car fire? Miss Cudi. No. Still. Did Miss Ventura have multiple phones? Miss Cudi. I don't recall. Still. 3512? Miss Cudi. If I said it, I said it. Come still. Do you know what a burner phone is? Miss Cudi. Untraceable? Still. The trespass, you call it a break-in. Miss Ventura told you she'd given your home address to Mr. Combs. Miss Cudi. Yes, in the morning. Still. No more questions. Thanks, Miss Cudi. No problem. Judge, redirect. AUSA Johnson. What did Miss Ventura confide in you about abuse? Miss Cudi. That he would hit her, sometimes kick her. AUSA. The day of the break-in, was she carefree? Miss Cudi. No. AUSA. What did Capricorn Clark tell you, Miss Cudi? Sean Combs and an affiliate first went into a car to come to my house. I called the police. AUSA. How would you describe Cassie that day, Miss Cudi? Just really shook. Him finding out about us. AUSA. Why did your relationship with Miss Ventura end, Miss Cudi? The drama? It was getting out of hand. I wanted to give space. AUSA. What drama, Miss Cudi? The break-in for my safety? Her safety? Come still. Objection. Judge. Grounds? Still. Speculation? Judge. Overruled. AUSA. Why did you have safety concerns, Miss Cudi? Because I knew Sean Combs was violent? Come still. Your Honor, may we approach sidebar? AUSA. The meeting at the Soho House, Mr. Combs said, I don't know what you're talking about your car. Did you believe him? Still. Objection. Judge. Rephrase. AUSA. What was your understanding, Miss Cudi? That he was lying? AUSA. No further questions. Judge. Any recross? Combs. No, Your Honor. Judge Miss Cudi. You're done. Miss Cudi. All right. Judge. Break. They're back before the jury is brought in. AUSA Comey. They want to put an exhibit showing Miss Ventura scantily clad. We think it plays into a stereotype that if she dresses like this, she must have consented to the freak-offs. Judge. I only have the album cover. Comes Esteval. We can bring it up on the screen, but not for the public gallery. We have withdrawn some of the exhibits. It's rather about her career opportunities and the life. Judge. What's the relevance of these exhibits? The next witness, did Miss Ventura makeup? But what's the purpose of the picture? It's a 402 issue. First relevance. Comes Esteval. Miss Ventura testified about her career being impacted. AUSA Comey. I'll stipulate. Judge. This one is of the public event, so what's the problem? AUSA Comey. It's a low-cut dress, Judge. I'm allowing it in. But not 652, nor 745. Bring in the witness and the jury. AUSA. What's your name? Witness. Mylah Morales. I'm a celebrity makeup artist. AUSA. Do you recognize anyone you've worked for? Mylah Morales. Sean Combs in a gray sweater and a white collar. AUSA. When did you work for Mr. Combs? Mylah Morales. 2000 to 2005. AUSA. Then who? Morales. Rihanna. AUSA. Who else? Morales. Jennifer Lopez. Cassie. AUSA. When did you work with Cassie? Mylah Morales. 2007 until COVID. She was like a little sister to me. AUSA. How much older than her are you? Mylah Morales. A few years. AUSA. Did you see her with injuries on her face? Morales. 2010. Grammy weekend. Prince party. AUSA. Were you with her? Mylah Morales. Beverly Hills. I fell asleep in the room and then woke up to a commotion. Cassie walked in, then Sean, asking where the fuck is she? AUSA. What did he do? Morales. Walked into the bedroom, shut the door. AUSA. What did you hear behind the door? Mylah Morales. Yelling and screaming, both of them. Then Sean Combs left. AUSA. What did you see next? Morales. Cassie. She had a swollen eye and knots on her head. I packed things up. We went to my house. AUSA. Then? Mylah Morales. My doctor friend came and examined her to see if she had a concussion. AUSA. What were you afraid of? Morales. Sean. I fear for my life. Comes Esteval. Objection. Move to strike. Judge. Overruled. AUSA. How long did she say? Morales. Days. AUSA. Have you done interviews about this? Mylah Morales. A couple. AUSA. Were you paid? Morales. No. AUSA. Did you provide evidence? Morales. Photos of me and Kim Porter, early 2000s. AUSA. Were you paid? Morales. $1,000. AUSA. No further questions. Judge Cross comes testify. Did you assist Miss Ventura for any red carpet events? Morales. Possibly. And some music video, black and yellow. Comes testify. We have photos. 647, please. Photos from a video shoot. Comes Esteval. The goal was that she looked put together? Morales, yes. Esteval. These photos show your artistry. You reposted them on your Instagram? Morales, yes. Esteval. You were in her hotel room, though you live near? Morales, yes. Comes Esteval. You met Miss Ventura's family? Morales, her father. Esteval. You called a doctor and a lawyer? Morales. The lawyer lives in San Francisco. Esteval. You provided emotional support? Morales, yes. Comes Esteval. You did an interview with CNN and with Extra TV, Don Lemon. Pierce Morgan? Morales. Yes. Esteval. Did Dayline reach out to you? Morales. I don't look at those anymore. Esteval. Did you ask the government if you could do more? Look at this. Comes Esteval. So you asked permission to speak to Dateline? Morales. Of course I asked. Esteval. After the incident, neither Mr. Combs or anyone from his company ever approached you? Morales. No one did. Esteval. For a documentary, you were paid? Morales. Therapy. Comes Esteval. You sold the photos to CNN for $1,000? Mylah Morales. Yes. Esteval. No further questions. She killed that one. Judge. Next witness, Frederick Zimmer, the general manager of La Hemorrhage Hotel, Los Angeles. AUSA. Why are you here? Zimmer. I received a subpoena. AUSA. Are you familiar with the hotel's reservation system? Zimmer. We have a system called Opera. We enter in personal preferences? AUSA. How long did you keep them? Zimmer. They stay forever. AUSA. How reserved is this room for Sean Combs? Zimmer. Ryan Lopez, also other names were used. AUSA. When was this profile first created? Zimmer. 2006. It said Sean Combs and Bad Boy Records. Then they changed it to Jackie Star. AUSA. Let's look at 2011 through 2012. AUSA. This reservation. What's this bill? Zimmer. Over 2,000. It says only charge if Christina Corum approves. AUSA. What were the instructions? Zimmer. Put the room out of service for cleaning. Light the room hot. Set it to 75 degrees. AUSA. What are these complaints? Zimmer. Candle wax on the carpet. Security card. Charge $500. AUSA. No further questions. Judge. Cross-examination. Defense. None. Because, yeah, what the hell? Judge. What they did there was they basically wanted to place him in that hotel. So it's not really like they could go back and forth on that one. Next witness, AUSA. Special Agent John Croft. AUSA. Where do you work, Agent Croft? HSI, Homeland Security Investigations. Extract data from computers. AUSA. What is your training, Agent Croft? Defense Institute. AUSA. What does that stand for, Croft? I don't really know. They are opaque in that way. AUSA. What tools do you use, Agent Croft? TX1 and digital collector. AUSA. Whose laptops did you extract? Agent Croft. Cassie Ventura, this is a MacBook Pro, roughly from 2010, 2011, with a white case. AUSA. Did you boot it up? Agent Croft. I got to MacBook factory default screen. AUSA. But you got data? Croft. Yes, this hard drive had data not overwritten by the factory reset. AUSA. What is unallocated space? Agent Croft. Something not viewable, something previously deleted. AUSA. Explain how computers store data. Agent Croft. You have a table of contents. A file can still be stored in allocated and unallocated space. AUSA. So on these three laptops, how are they backed up? Agent Croft. iTunes was used before iCloud. Some looks a little funny. AUSA. But you can validate the funky, as you say, data by going to the raw data? Agent Croft. Yes. AUSA. Nothing further. Defense. On one of the laptops, there was a Frank Black profile. Agent Croft. Yes. Defense. Did you process every file? Agent Croft. Yes. Defense. Have a wonderful weekend. AUSA. Frank Black, did you proceed? AUSA. Under Miss Ventura's consent? Agent Croft. Under warrant. Judge. No more witnesses, jurors. I intend to release you early. Any objections? Laughter. Don't read anything about the case. Go for a walk. Watch the Knicks avenge their Game 1 loss. More laughter. And you must tattle. We're making great progress. All rise. Judge, enjoy. Can we please, the first 4,000 people, can we please get 4K likes? It is literally 3:07 in the morning, and I'm doing this for y'all. I wasn't even going to do this video, but hey, it is what it is. Let's get into it. Bruh, Kid Cudi might have just helped the defense. He might have just helped the defense. Think about it this way. When Brian Sharp and Steele basically said, did you know about the burner phone? And he said no, and Brian still dropped a number. To me, if I'm a juror, I'm... Because part of this, what can save Diddy type of thing, is that she participated in this stuff. This is stuff that she wanted. And then if they can somehow twist and turn it and basically say, you know what, bro? Hey, man, this was brought on by Cassie almost. It sounds like Cassie is a bigger problem than she is a damn victim. Now, somebody could say, you know, well, she takes on the traits of the master kind of thing. But the psychiatrist didn't say anything about that yesterday. So there's that. Then the hotel guy, bro, you came in to talk about a burned candle? Like I said, that was basically to put Diddy in the freaking room and say that, you know, he uses different aliases, the Frank Black and all of this stuff. So that part right there, I get it. But these are people that are supposed to essentially kind of be there after explosive testimony. That person should have went after Cassie. But it is what it is on that part. The lady saying get a lawyer and all of this stuff is domestic. So they're just trying to paint Diddy as this ass beating, whoop that trick ass dude, because that's their goal. That's their flat out goal. Are they doing a good job of it? Yeah. But the problem is y'all let me know if y'all think this too. Aren't we getting kind of desensitized to this nigga whooping ass? Like, I know I'm not supposed to say that, bro. And as staunch as a woman savior complex I have, like, bro, I ain't gonna hold you. Yeah, he was whooping ass. But damn, shawty, like, I don't know, bro. I got to do a lot more studying on Stockholm and all these other behavior patterns that go on with this stuff. But as far as today, you had to give this a W for the defense. I don't see how you don't. I just don't. The agent coming in talking about stuff being deleted and all this stuff and everything, I'm fairly certain that probably 80% of y'all on here, whether you have nothing or have anything, you would delete this stuff off your damn laptop as well. So there's that. But I don't know. There has to be more explosive testimony coming, no pun intended. Because if this is it so far, I can see him only getting coercion if they're able to pull in the right people as far as what the defense has. I can see that being a thing. But so far, this case is kind of weak. Like, if they find him guilty, he'll be sentenced probably on the lower end anyways. But as far as everything else goes, yeah, the other day I'm saying, yeah, he's guilty, but it don't matter what I think. I'm not a juror. I'm not a freaking lawyer. But what I would say is this. If they bring in people to make Cassie seem evil and make it seem like she started this stuff, bruh, that's going to work. If they can bring in individuals who have received money specifically from Cassie, I think Diddy might have been a little smarter than the average bear with this stuff and not give any money to these people. Charge this stuff to corporate. All right. You know what I mean? Like, okay. And some people are saying, well, what is the racketeering part? What is the racketeering part? Enablers are essentially the racketeering part. All the assistants and assisted people who bought drugs, who bought hotel rooms, who knew of these things, who paid escorts. That's the racketeering part. So I hear you guys. But yeah, this is looking like, oh, his company was cool with him doing all of this stuff. And if that's the case, then he's going to be ultimately screwed. Now, like I say all the time, thoughts can always change when new evidence is presented. Change your mind on what you need to. So far, it do look bad for Diddy, but today was a W for him. But if y'all disagree, let me know. Click right here to check out the Skilla Baby shooting, man, because he just got shot up. There's more information coming out. We'll probably do another video on the Reloaded channel. But if y'all see me in Atlanta, say what's up, man. I take pictures and all that stuff, man. I got to go get fresh in Linux tomorrow. Get into the cheap section.